Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Cruz with Embrace Ayurveda, and I have my dear friend and sister, Myrica Morningstar, here with us today. I'm so delighted to have you here, Myrica, and I want to let everybody know a few things about you. I'll let you share some more, but I had the great joy of getting to know Myrica when I was living on the beautiful island of Kaua'i some years ago, and we soon discovered that we were both Ayurveda sisters, passionate about the science, the beauty of Ayurveda, sharing that with others. And we ended up working together, facilitating Panchakarmas. And I've just come to know and love Myrica so much and what she stands for, how she represents Ayurveda in the world. Myrica is a mother, and she is a teacher, a practitioner of Ayurveda. She facilitates Panchakarma on Kauai. She's a musician, a singer, and overall a joyful being. So I'm so happy to have you here with us today, Myrica.
Thank you so much. I love you. I'm really excited.
Yes. Well, there's so much that you offer the world, and I feel like everything you offer is coming from your heart, from a place of love. And in that way, it can be received and felt by those who are blessed to receive, whether they're coming for a massage or a panchakarma, an Ayurvedic cleansing program over a period of days under your care, or whether they receive a beautiful kit in the mail with your Kitchari kits and your teas, or they're reading through your book about Panchakarma. People get to experience your wisdom and the goodness you bring in different ways. So I'd love to hear from you, Myrica. What do you love about Ayurveda and the work that you do? What inspires you around this work?
Well, Ayurveda was big enough, it's the knowledge of life. And I love focusing on Panchakarma because it is such a profound practice and it's very intimate. I get to really deeply see each person that comes to me and listen to them and receive guidance, how to best serve them in a way that's going to benefit them in going forward in their life. So I love that. I love the depth and the intimacy and the intensity. It's profound. It works. It brings about true change, and I love that. And I
Oh,
feel honored to be in the flow of that.
yeah, and you hold that space so beautifully. And I've witnessed many of your clients going through that process, leaving a different person, like really deeply changed in a good way on the other side. And I imagine people watching our video here, some people may know about Panchakarma or have heard about Panchakarma. If you could maybe walk us through what a typical Panchakarma might look like how many days, what people can expect, and what you provide during that time.
Okay, I'd love to. So it first starts with an in-depth consultation, which I said, is really hearing somebody and seeing. It's not like a 15-minute doctor visit, but an hour or even 2 hours or even more to hear somebody's full story and giving them that time. I feel like that in itself is so healing, to be really deeply heard and met. And then we design the program and I allow spirit to guide me in what we should do, and they choose the length of it. Often people will extend, they'll be in the middle of it, they'll say, I want to do 3 days of Panchakarma, and then about the third day they're like going, actually, can I do 7 days? Because they experience what a profound effect it has. So the Panchakarma day looks like a morning check-in. We check the pulse and the tongue and just hear where the person is at that day. And then they go onto the massage table and have about 3 hours of four-handed massage with warm oils that are chosen specifically for them. And the oils are so important in Ayurveda because the oil penetrates the tissues deeply. And this is also after they've gone through a home preparation program where they're actually taking ghee internally, and that's loosening and softening the fat soluble toxins that get trapped in the tissues, and just opening the channels and loosening those patterns, the held patterns. And it works on all levels. It works physically, it works emotionally, it works spiritually. So after the warm oil massage, people typically go into an aromatic steam tent that's right on the table so they don't have to move. And then all the channels get to expand and open, and the the fat soluble toxins, get to liquefy and move. And what I love about Ayurveda is it uses the natural channels for elimination. So the skin, they're sweating. Sweating is so important. And then using, eliminating in the natural ways that we do through urinating and making our bowel offering. And then they go home with, so after this steam, there's typically another treatment that's involved that's chosen specifically for them. It could be an herbal scrub. It could be a Shirodara, which is pouring warm oil over the forehead for about a half an hour, which deeply relaxes the nervous system. And I think at the core, all these practices are targeting the nervous system and deeply relaxing into just being. And that is our natural state, that relaxed being and bliss. When I first learned about Ayurveda, it was, and Panchakarma specifically, the focus was on the remembrance of our true nature as bliss. So then the person gets to go home with their lunch and dinner, which is simple foods that are prepared specifically for them. And fresh organic vegetables and kitchari or dal and an herbal tea that's grown right here on our beautiful medicine land. And so they don't have to think about food and all that stuff. They just get to relax and receive. And there's also, some recommended practices during the Panchakarma time. It could be gentle yoga or pranayama breathing practices or deep rest, being in nature, those kind of things. And then, of course, there's also follow-up recommendations, because once the body is cleansed in this way, after 3 or 5 or 7 or 10 days, the tissues are open. They're really open to receive the next level of health. So the person is guided in how to reintegrate in their life with foods and herbs and practices that can continue to sustain them, but also take them to the next level in their health. And I've worked with some people that have really committed to doing this practice twice a year. And I cannot tell you how wonderful it is and what an affirmation to see their health transform. People that had chronic headaches or constipation or arthritis, all that's gone. It's just disappeared. So I've been continually shown after all these years how much this practice works. And I love it. I continue to love it.
Thank you, Myrica. You embody it so fully. And I think that bit you shared toward the end there about what they do after Panchakarma being so important, that rejuvenation period, because a lot of modern cleanses are effective up to a point where they can help a person detoxify. But then once the channels have been cleared, in Ayurveda, we put a lot of emphasis on rejuvenating and going on, maintaining, preserving our health. And something I've seen with Panchakarma is when I'm working with clients over time, I see that they're like youthing, their age is reversing right in front of us. I'm sure you see that a lot with your clients as well.
In a matter of days. It's amazing to just see the radiance, the luminous nature of the spirit shine through their eyes and their skin. It's so glorious.
So glorious. And I feel like there's never been a better time than now for these ancient practices of Ayurveda and Panchakarma to be utilized and received in our world, where there's more ama, more toxins in so many ways, and more stress than ever. So there's more need than ever. And I think if a person's able to step away and receive these practices, these teachings, these treatments, that they're so blessed. And I know that you have been thinking, well, if maybe not everybody can come every year to Kaua'i, what can they do on their own at home? And I'm imagining that's what inspired the birthing of your book about Panchakarma.
Exactly. Yes. And I happen to have it right here. So it's called The Art and Practice of Panchakarma, Seasonal Cleansing in the Ayurvedic Tradition. And it's available through my website and also on Amazon. And I give it to every client that comes to me because it's such an amazing companion to really understand why Panchakarma is so deep and so profound. And I think it really helps clarify and deepen someone's experience of why they're doing this and how it's different and how it works. It also addresses, the mental aspects, the emotional aspects. There's a lot of teaching in here and a lot of recipes, which people love. So yeah, I wrote the book because I want anyone who's interested to have access to these practices, even if they can't afford the time or the money to do it. This is an investment that can teach them actually how to do it themselves. Preparation, cleansing practices, and rejuvenation.
Such a gift. And what is your website if people want to go there to order the book or some of your other products we're going to talk about next?
Okay. I have two websites actually. So one of them is Ayurveda Bliss, BLISS.org. And the other one is kitchariqueen.com.
Amazing. Well, I imagine the food you cook during Panchakarma is so delicious, so heavenly. I'm thinking that your clients must have inspired you to create the Kitchari Queen, to create these beautiful Kitchari packets and tea packets that they can take home with them back to wherever their home is, or if they're traveling on the road and want to eat something healthy. So I just think this is one of the best products out there. I always love to cook fresh when possible, but when I'm camping, I like to take your Kitchari Queen kits with me. And I think it's a really nice companion for people doing a home cleanse as well. Will you share this about the Kitchari Queen?
Oh, I would love to. Thank you. The Kitchari Queen products actually grew out of my practice when I was teaching people how to make kitchari, because it's such a perfect food, gentle, easy to digest. It's complete protein. It has the spices in it, which are the medicine. And I actually was inspired also by living in Hawaii and being able to grow ginger and turmeric and tulsi and green curry leaf and burdock and all the wonderful herbs and spices that go into these products. So I would teach people how to make kitchari. And I've taught countless people how to make kitchari. And then they would say, the next time we checked in, maybe when they came for their next Panchakarma, or if we just had a check in on the phone, oh, well, actually, I don't really make it because I don't have all the spices, or it's so complicated, or yours is so much better than mine. So I think it was for a specific client that I started making these kits. And there's 3 varieties. Everything that I do seems to be in threes, the tridosha aspect. But this one is called Delicious Digestion, and it has the classic Ayurvedic digestive formula, cumin, coriander, fennel in it, and white basmati rice, which is very easy to digest, and also red lentils, which are very easy to digest. So anyway, I started making the different kitchari products, and people were thrilled with them. And at a certain point, I was like, I should sell these. And oh my goodness, it's actually been happening for 7 years now. And they are sold at all the health food stores on Kauai. They're also on Maui in 3 different stores. They're on the Big Island, and they are on Oahu. And some of my favorite stores where I travel on the mainland, They're in the Ashland Co-op and the Moab Moonflower Co-op and Silver City Co-op. I mean, they're all over, and people reorder. So I am shipping the Kitchari Queen products all across the country now. And it's so beautiful to receive feedback. You know, people love them and their health is changed by eating these foods. And I just feel so honored to be able to meet people. Yes, even
Amazing.
from
Well, Ayurveda does truly acknowledge that food is medicine. And so these Kitchari kits are a form of medicine that the body can receive so deeply and benefit from. And they're also so simple to prepare. You literally put that in a pot with water. And if you want to add like one chopped vegetable, you could do that, but it's not complex. It's like the easiest kind of, on the go food. Ayurvedic, no, I wouldn't say Ayurvedic fast food, but yeah, if you don't have time to cook your own, this is a good go-to. Or if you have teenagers, they can easily make it themselves too.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Or as you mentioned, camping, hiking, backpacking, boating. I just think that's a whole market that I haven't even touched yet, but certainly could, because all you do is open the package, add water, cook for 20 minutes, and you've got this perfectly balanced, high protein meal. This one I particularly love. It's called Restore and Replenish because it has so many spices in it and herbs, and it has burdock in it, which is very cleansing and building for the liver, and also moringa. Do you see the beautiful green leaves? So these are all grown right here, harvested, processed by me, and yeah, they're just amazing. I'm in love with them. I'm in love with the products.
Yes, me too. And you have an accompanying tea line as well. A lot of those teas you make are grown on Kaua'i as well, the flowers and the herbs.
That's right. Yeah. The first tea that happened was my masala spice chai. And I've been making this chai for 40 years. When I lived in Oregon, I had it on my wood stove all the time. And I can't tell you how many people say this is the best chai I've ever had. And there's no caffeine. So, but it has the homegrown ginger, and I added turmeric to it too, which I love, along with cardamom and cinnamon and clove and peppercorns. And then this one truly came out of the garden, 100%. It is the red roselle hibiscus, which this is the flower of it, but actually the seed pod is what's used for the tea. And tulsi, which came from my medicine garden. When I moved back to Kauai, I had the fortunate opportunity to plant a medicine garden with roselle and tulsi and curry leaf and ginger and turmeric and bacopa and gotukola and all the beautiful things. And then this is the third tea. It's called Spicy Love Celebration. It is ginger and turmeric from the garden, roselle from the garden, with just a little cinnamon and clove. This one came to me in a dream, actually. Packaging and everything, the whole thing came in a dream. So, and as long as we're on the products, I might as well do the last products, which are, there were some people that wanted to soak their beans before cooking them. And in the Kitchari packs, the spices are on top. So actually what I told somebody recently is if they really wanted to do that with the Kitchari, they could open the bottom, hold the top, and soak the contents that come out of the bottom. But in an answer to that also, I created a line of dolls, which has no grains. Also, there's plenty of people that don't want to eat grains right now. So I'm very proud of these. They're my latest creation. And I just have to put a shout out to my artist. She's so amazing. She's done all of my labels. Her name is Shara Gardner. Amazing. So the dolls come in 3 flavors. This is Sola doll. It's a light and spicy warming doll with red lentils. for people that need that little extra fire to get their digestion going. This is Luna doll, a cooling, wonderfully rich, delicious Kitchari made with split mung dal, a little more cooling. And the spices are separate in here. There's spice packets. And then this is the Terra dal, made with whole green mung beans and very earthy spices. It's got fenugreek and fennel and asafoetida, and people just love these. They absolutely love them. So they're getting out there also. Yeah.
Those are gorgeous, Myrica. And you're right, the graphic art is beautiful.
So beautiful. I'm a very visual person, so I love color and design, and yeah, they stand out.
Well, thank you for making all of these gorgeous creations available for the world, for all of us to be inspired, to heal, and yeah, just to go on our own personal healing journey with a little bit of assistance and inspiration. And so if people wanted to inquire with you about getting a hold of some of the dolls, the Kitchari kits, the teas, or getting one of your books, or looking into a Panchakarma in the future, they could go to one of your websites, which I'll include in the show notes as well, and then inquire about that. But kitchariqueen.com has all the products, right?
Yes, there's also a page on ayurvedabliss.org that takes you to products.
Okay, excellent. Well, I am excited to share this with everyone. And something else I wanted to say, you know, one of the buzzwords in the health community these days is superfood. And it's widely acknowledged that Kitchari is a superfood, and many of these other superfoods being talked about are in your Kitchari kits, like moringa or turmeric or ginger. These different superfood spices, flowers, and herbs are included there. So it's like a superfood times a superfood.
Yes. I might as well show the last Kitchari, which is the large size. It comes in 2 sizes. This size is perfect for one person for a day. Like if they're doing their own home cleanse, it's 2 to 3 servings. This is 4 to 6 servings for that busy mother that has a family, or a couple that wants to just eat Kitchari for a day. But this one is called Adapt and Enhance, and it actually has adaptogen herbs in it of shatavari and ashwagandha, which are both tonic herbs. And I love it too. It's very fragrant. It has cardamom and also the green curry leaf.
Well, I have tasted all of your products, except I haven't tried your new doll creations. I'm excited to try those too, but I know that one you just showed us is very tasty. And sometimes I've heard feedback from people, oh, and I make my own Kitchari, it's so bland. But Kitchari doesn't have to be bland. You can keep adding more spices, and they don't even need to add anything to your Kitchari kit packets. Maybe just a little garnish. If they want to throw a handful of greens or a squeeze of lime to enhance flavor, that could be added. But otherwise, they're whole in and of themselves.
Thank you. And some people like to add a little bit more salt, or it's incredible to add to replace 2 cups of the water with a can of coconut milk. It just takes the whole thing to another level. Yes.
That is something I haven't tried. That's a great tip.
Yeah, you must. I'll bring you some dolls when I come and visit you this summer.
Thank you. And these kits are vegan, right? So if someone's following a vegan diet, they can easily do that. And I like that you pointed out that they are a perfect source of protein, a perfect balance of protein is easily digestible. So yes, very excited about the Kitchari Queen and sharing it. And I wanted to see if there are any other projects or what's next for you with your journey of sharing in Ayurveda, Myrica.
Boy. Well, as you said, people are becoming very aware, not only of Ayurveda, but of the state of the world. And people are wanting to protect their health and to take their health to the next level. So we've noticed an extreme uptick in people wanting to do Panchakarma. My practice has been full, very full, and I'm working with another spectacular practitioner right now. I've had such beautiful experiences working with different practitioners that I just so love and honor. But anyway, we are busy, busy, busy. And so I think what's next for us is formalizing some trainings for Panchakarma technicians to be able to assist us and also learn on their journey of becoming an Ayurvedic practitioner themselves. As Ayurveda becomes more and more known and popular for its profound nature, there will be more and more demand for practitioners. So that's what we're focusing on next. Yes.
Oh, that's very exciting. Please let me know. I will spread the word.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And Myrica, as we're closing here, I'm just curious what you have been thinking of, what's been on your heart and your mind these days. Any closing words of wisdom or contemplation you've been sitting with lately that you'd like to share with us?
In the world that we are experiencing right now, where there's so much polarization, my practice has been to stay in my heart, to listen to my inner guidance for discernment about what is true, and to stay in love, because ultimately love is the medicine. And any Ayurvedic practitioner knows that love is truly the healer. So as healers and as beings, to stay in our hearts, to stay in non-judgment, and to witness what's happening, and to tune into what's really true and right.
Amazing. Yeah, such powerful wisdom in those words, to keep returning to love, coming back to love, acting from love. Yeah, profound. Well, thank you for sharing your wisdom, your beauty so much with us today, Myrica. I am excited to try some more of your products, and I have your book on my shelf. Thank you for reminding me about your recipes. I'm going to open my book and go to your recipe section and see if there's something I haven't made in a while. So thank you for all the love you bring, Myrica. I look forward to talking with you more soon.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks.
We shall. Aloha, be well.
Aloha.